So hello everyone, I'm so pleased to see a full house here tonight. You're going to be part of something very important, hopefully very engaging, very significant. Welcome. I'm Alec Farker, Director, Office of the Worker Advisor from Ontario. I'm part of our planning committee. I hope I don't forget anybody. Maureen Hahn, who's from the Canadian Council on Rehabilitation and Work. Kathy Hawkins from Inclusion Newfoundland, Kathy Podkapayeva and Emil Tompa from the Institute for Work and Health. Yeah, maybe people should stand up. Let's stand up. Organizing committee. Emil, Kathy, who else? Steve Mantis, Ontario Network of Injured Worker Groups. Maureen Hahn at the back there. Is Monica outside? Kathy Podkapayeva. And there's Monica at the back. And we are all very committed to an inclusive, energized, engaged event where we'll try to make a bit of history together. It begins here tonight. Tonight's a bit of an experiment. After some opening remarks from a few people, this is meant to be for you. We have 12 round tables, and the round tables are each organized around a theme. These are meant to be the themes of the conference, although I'm sure there are more ideas for the conference that might come. And so you have the opportunity to stay at one table if you wish, or circulate around all 12 tables. Each table has one or two presenters. Each presenter is going to regularly refresh the topic. And what they're trying to do is to get you talking, get you exchanging ideas, putting your best ideas on the table, and then notes are taken. And my job is to pull all those notes together in the middle of the night tonight and feed them back in some fashion tomorrow morning. And all the way along in this conference, we're building toward Wednesday afternoon, and Wednesday afternoon is when we try to frame what a national strategy on disability and work for Canada might look like. Both the big vision and then some of the more achievable early steps. So what we're going to do is start with an Indigenous prayer, and I'll be setting that up in a second. Then we'll have remarks from Larry Rousseau, Executive Vice President, Canadian Labour Congress. And we may have the minister after that, or if he's not here yet, we're going to have a book launch of Dustin Gallen's spectacular book, and you're seeing it on screen as well. So we'll be doing a little bit of juggling of time, and hopefully it'll work. So I'll introduce Steve Mattis, who'll come up. And Steve is a longtime friend and colleague from the Ontario Network of Injured Worker Groups, and he'll be introducing the prayer.
Thanks, Alec. Geez, and this is so exciting. Like when we started thinking about doing this, I sure didn't envision a room packed here in Ottawa. This is totally great. Thank you so much for all coming. It's also now my pleasure to introduce Elaine Kiknoswe. I'm so bad at names. I'm lucky I got a simple one. Steve is really easy. She's going to provide a little bit of an opening, a song, and a prayer to get us off kind of in the right direction. We are really looking to kind of break down some of our silos, to see each other as human beings without all the hats we sometimes wear, with the same focus to try to improve the lives of workers with disabilities. And before Elaine begins with our injured workers gatherings, we usually start with a moment of silence, a minute of silence, to remember those workers who have died on the job. And I'd like you all to just reflect for the next minute, and Elaine will take us through the opening ceremony. Thank you.
Bonjour, Ani, Tansi, Kwekwe, Wache, Sego. My English name is Elaine Kiknosway, and I'm going to introduce myself in my language. So this nice lady may not catch what I'm going to say. Elaine Dijnakas, Mangandodam, Pelican Narrows, Donjaba Aki. All of me belongs to Pelican Narrows. We're Swampy Cree there. I have 13 siblings. We're known as people of the rock. So I guess maybe we're hard-headed. But we're fishers. We go hunting for moose up there. We believe that the land will provide everything for us. We also have high rates of diabetes up there. We also have high rates of alcoholism because of the systematic relationship that we have still today with residential school and the child welfare policies. And they're all intergenerational knowledge. So I'm a mother of one. I'm wife number 3, so I have stepchildren and step-grandchildren. And we're gifted with a great-grandchild also. But I'm very grateful to be living in this unceded, never given, never surrendered Algonquin territory. I give thanks for that very, very much. As a 60 Scoop survivor, I was brought over here, so I'm always a guest. I can always hear my mom, my biological mom behind me to say, do your best over there. Be in a good way. So I wish you all to be in a good way with each other. Sometimes when we're talking about these different policies and levels and effects, the effects on ourselves and our feelings, we're affected. And today I'm reflecting on a loss of one of our individuals from our community. She died earlier today. Her name was Marlene Bird, and she was what they say a homeless from the residential school era. She was attacked 3 years ago and she lost both her legs. They put her on fire. And she lost her, what she called her independence. She was already a very independent lady, but she's from my region. And today I've been reflecting a lot about how these effects still affect us today and how we get reminded just by a passing. And so I'm praying for her and her family and our community. Just as we did earlier today, she was on my mind, and our community are affected by her loss. Because the one thing she told us was she hated giving up her independence. She had to ask for help. But I think the more that we learn how to even ask for help with each other, the better that we become as a nation, the better we become as a family, the better we become as an individual. And I'm very grateful for that. So the song that I'm going to offer today is just a welcoming song for all of you to safely return to where you came from, as we all make different sacrifices in our jobs and where we're going to go. Agade. The words basically translate to welcome to our grandfathers, welcome to our grandmothers, and welcome to all our relations.
Again.
Miigwech.